Oh, whoa, light on. Hey, I am really excited. I feel like a kid at Disneyland. And we're going to meet a unique group of people here. And can somebody tell me what is special about today? Right now, this Friday. What is it?
Friday night, Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Shabbat. It's
What is Shabbat?
when God created the world. There is a sixth day that every day it was the animals and the sky and the earth and everything. In Shabbat, He told us to rest from everything that we're doing as usual, and we have to keep Shabbat in many ways. It's about 36 points that we should not to do. And I keep it, but it's only me. I think my children like it.
How
Just,
long is Shabbat? How many hours is Shabbat?
it's depend. In the summer, it's long.
Okay.
It's about from 7 o'clock in the evening until day after in about 8:30. In the winter now, it's very short. It's from 4 until 5 tomorrow.
But
Friday sunset until Saturday.
yeah, but
Friday,
it's 25 hours.
25? Okay.
All the time, 25 hours. It started on Friday afternoon or Friday evening until Saturday night.
Oh, well, you see, now this is interesting because we would say our Sabbath. I mean,
Yeah.
which is, oh, this is fantastic. Okay, now, when we were talking, you were telling me something about your language and how you write that just blew me away. Can you share about that?
Yeah. Our culture is based on the Bible 5,000 years ago. That means that we write today the same as our parents wrote 5,000 years ago. The same language we speak like we spoke 5,000 years ago. And you asked before about the Saturday night, the Shabbat.
Okay.
The Judaism gave the world all kind of blessing. One of them is one day not to work. So it starts with the Judaism. According to the Jewish, you are not working on Shabbat, on Saturday. A Christian doesn't work on Sunday, and Muslims on Friday. But it starts with the Judaism on the Shabbat. So you don't have to work. Even the cattle, everyone stopped to work. So it's 5,000 years. Yeah, of course. But it's 5,000 years ago the same. The same culture, the same preacher, the same language, everything is the same.
It's more than that. It's the things you need to reserve and keep in Shabbat. It's because you are obligated to rest in Shabbat. Shabbat is a rest day, so you're not allowed to be on your phone. You're not even allowed to use the lights in your house. You're supposed to rest. That's what the day is about. And when the sun falls down and you eat the meal that we ate upstairs, you begin איך קוראים לזה? שמתחילים את הצום, את התפילת
Prayer. The prayers?
You begin the process of Shabbat, and that's every week for the religious.
Except the Shabbat. You just there is a lot of. I'm sorry, but the light is killing me.
Listen,
You heard now.
just a minute, just a minute.
Oh, yeah.
That's
This
what
is
we
songs
bring
for Shabbat.
in our
Listen.
home every Shabbat.
I wonder if they can hear that in a minute. That's beautiful.
You have to give to bring God to Shabbat and to bless all Shabbat the resting day.
Okay, there was another question that I was going to ask you before this, but this is exciting. But we're in our Christian tour group right now, and we're in the most beautiful motel I've ever been in.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yes, it is. But why are you guys here?
I don't know to answer. No.
No.
Why not?
Somebody
Sarina,
should.
answer.
Somebody share why you're here.
You want to start?
Go ahead.
We live near the border between Israel and Lebanon, and
This is the northern
the northern
border.
Yes.
Yes.
The Upper Galilee.
Yeah.
So it's a place that is very different from the rest of Israel. It is absolutely beautiful. We wish you could come and
I
see
wish
it.
we could too.
It's so beautiful. It's like the most magical place in my opinion. And since the start of the war, things have heated up between Israel.
I mean, minus when this war started.
Yeah, and
October 7th. October 7th, they tried this. Everybody
More
knows
than a
about
year
what
ago.
happened at the south part of Israel, but something happened also at the north part of Israel. The Hezbollah organization, a terror group located in Lebanon, they start to bomb the north part of Israel. Hundreds of rockets each day. So we cannot live over there. Some parts of our houses, the place we live, they are bombed already.
And the
People
rockets-
died.
And the rockets are very different from the rockets you hear on the news because you live so close to the border, you don't have enough reaction time to go to a safe space. So basically, when the alarms start going off, the rockets have already landed.
So you were here because,
Not out of choice.
yeah, I mean,
Because the
Yeah.
government
One-
said
we had to
we cannot
evacuate.
live over there. The government said more than 125,000 people has to leave their houses, go to a different part of Israel where there is no bomb.
refugees.
And
Yeah.
like
You are
refugees, we are
You are.
refugees from
You
our
are.
country.
You know, because our bus driver Benny,
Yes.
I mean, and when he pointed, I saw you guys sitting at that table, and I said, "Do you think they speak English?" He said, "Well, I can always go ask." He says, "But he says they're refugees." He said, "Even though this is a beautiful place, they want to be home." And so I came over and sat with you, and you guys were so great. And so I actually had to bring my food over, and eat, because you welcomed. You even offered me some wine, and I thought, "Whoa, that's good." But
And
you,
we bless from the wine before
yes,
we can. Yeah.
yes. And so that just moved me. But so you're seeing refugees here. They want to go back home, but.
But
Okay.
I have to tell you something before you continue. You know?
Sure, sure.
If somebody hear about that, they said they are refugees. But how did you start your point? You said I'm in a beautiful hotel. They think, okay, they live in a hotel.
Yeah.
But you leave your house, you leave your 200 square meters, the place that you were born and your children were born, and you're going to an hotel, a very nice hotel, very unique hotel, but 25 square meter room. And this 25 square meter room is your bedroom, your living room, your toilet, and everything.
And
You don't want it. You want your house. You want to go to the
we
same.
come
Hang
from-
on just a second. Yo, are you seeing anything that we have to stop this yet? My wife's recording. Okay, we're going. Keep going.
So you want to go to your salon and put your legs on the sofa. That's all, not more than this. You want your house. You don't want an hotel. This is not my house. It's very unique. It's very nice.
Simple things in your life. To be with your family, with your grandchildren. You just want to eat meal, not with everyone, just with your family and my child. You can-
Okay, I want to move into something else that we talked about. We talked about so much, but I wrote these questions down. Why should our country, why should the United States be concerned about this war? And you guys gave me an awesome response. Why should we be concerned about this?
All over the world have to be.
Why?
I
Very
tell you
concerned
why.
about
I
this.
tell you have to understand. People think that this war is between Israel and some terror organization. It's not.
No.
It's a cultural war. Okay, it's Muslims against the rest of the world. Muslims against Christians and Jews, and also Muslim against Muslim. And as we know, like ISIS and other groups, first of all, they didn't kill Christians and Jews. First of all, they killed Muslims. Muslim, to their point of view, that they were not Muslim. They tried the Muslim way. Then after they killed the Muslims, then start to kill the Christians and they cut their heads and so on. So this war is a war of culture, and Israel is the gate for you and for your United States. All the world have to understand and realize that if they help Israel, they'll help themselves. That's the reason, because we don't want the world be conquered by Muslims, because they bring war all over the world. There's all over the world. There's terrorist attacks. Most of them are Muslim. I don't remember at the last 50 years one terrorist attack all over USA, Europe, and all the other world that were done by Jews. No. It was done by Muslims, because that's what they learned. They want to conquer the world. This is the reason that you can see a lot of Muslims in Europe now. They want to conquer the countries by to be the most people over there.
You know, this is probably going to lead into my next thing. And Benjamin, you know I'm going to come to you. By the way, you're 17, and so you were brought up to be a soldier, weren't you? Weren't you? No, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, people in our country, they're brought up to be good soldiers, fight for the country. How were you brought up? What were you brought up to be? To who?
Nothing but a soldier. I mean, since I was a child, when I heard about the army and I started talking about when I will be enlisting, the most famous saying they say to every child is, when you grow up, we won't need an army. Because Israel doesn't weaponize its army against anyone else for their own good. We use it as the only form of self-defense we've got. And
So what were you brought up to be?
I mean, personally, I live in a place that only believes in peace and
Believes in what?
Equality.
First I thought you said pizza, and I was going on for that. But peace, yeah.
Yes, yeah, I mean, you can see the writings on my back. It says "Ve'ahavta." It's a famous quote from the Bible.
Yeah.
That means, I think the translate is, love thy friend as thyself.
Oh, yeah.
So, I was never brought up to hate, to kill, to even want to go to the army. Personally, I want to go to the army because I'm a Jew, and I know before the war I couldn't tell you what I wanted to do, but after the war, as it's personally my first war, because the war that happened previously happened a year before I was born. So it was like a reality crashed into my face where I'm not safe anywhere else, because no matter where I go, no matter who I am and how nice I can be, and how even if I'll turn into a Muslim, I'll still be a Jew. So people will target me wherever I go. So this is the place of God. This Israel is the place of God that's safe for me. And I mean, I wouldn't want to go anywhere else. I mean, you've been here, you've seen how beautiful this country is. And I mean, in my opinion, everybody should go here before they base an opinion about this country, because nobody knows what happens here. I mean, I haven't been in my home for more than a year, and nobody talks about it. It's like I don't even exist, and I mean, it's the reason that I'm fighting. I want to fight for Israel, because I know that if I won't go, if I won't do my part, and I feel, and personally, and it's not culturally, it's not society telling me, it's me telling me that I have let down my country.
You know, Benjamin, when we, in our country, there was a time, and maybe still today, rather than get drafted, they were called them draft dodgers. They would run to another country because we just go against the war. But you don't. And I got a feeling you're not alone here with your age group and doing. In fact, speaking of age group, it's interesting. When I was around the table and even around here, there are different age groups. You're 17. You don't have to say how old you are. And you don't have to say how old.
58.
But this is
more than 60. Okay.
but with the same. The last question I want to ask you, and maybe you've gotten into it, maybe you've already shared it, but your passion. I am just so glad to meet you and be in your land. But what is your passion as a Jew, or living in the land? What's your passion?
I think it's one thing. It's the promised land from God.
promised land for
Yeah,
God.
it was for our fathers, Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and that's it for me. As a religion woman, that's what I believe.
Wow.
And what she said before, it's very strong that she said, we don't have any country. This is our country.
Oh my
We
goodness.
have to keep it.
Now, when she says this, that's okay. She didn't want to be in it, but there's another person around the table, and all of
But
you
you
were
can
great.
speak and you can hear what you say.
But keep going with your passion.
So, towards the country, for me personally, is as my sister said, I believe that Israel is the only place for me to feel safe in the world. No matter where I go, I need to be careful because I need to always look after my shoulder because I don't know what dangers are with me. And it's different when you're a person that is not, I don't know, when you're a Jew, you feel like a target wherever you go. And here in Israel, it's the only place where I could feel safe walking the streets. I could stop looking over my shoulder. I could be myself and know that it's more than okay, it's acceptable, and it is right. I mean, it's in my opinion crazy how much anti-Semitic things people can say and get away with just because it's against Jews and isn't against, I don't know, black people, Muslims, and any other small indigenous, I don't know, group. It's the only place where I could feel safe, and again, I told you, it's the if you go here, it's the most magical place in the world. I mean, I've never seen anywhere else in the world, and I've been to many places that could that teaches children the things I was taught and how to love and personally I was raised to meet other people and learn how to enjoy those experiences in life, and I feel like nowhere else in the world I could find those experiences I've shared with my friends here. I mean, even after the war, there are organizations that their aims are to bring me and other people that have shared my experiences together, and really that is in my opinion what unifies Israel. This sense of love and unity no matter where you go.
You know, I got
to tell you something.
Okay, hang on a minute. I'm going to
Okay.
bring it back to you.
Okay.
But this, because we always said, and the Papa. I'm thinking Fiddler on the Roof, right? But Papa, you're going to end by sharing the passion,
Okay.
and then I'm going to close off.
I'll make a close-up not about the passion,
But
but
you
I have to
can
tell you
say
something.
that.
You asked
Please
him
say.
before, how did we raise him to be a soldier? We raised him to be a human being. We
Oh,
raised
you're raising to be a human
human
being, not a
being. We
soldier.
raised him not to be a soldier.
But a human being.
We raise him to be a good human being, to help the other, to help. In Israel, they say that the Jews are light for all the other world.
Oh.
This is what you treat
All
yourself.
Agoim.
Okay, it's called in Hebrew all Agoim. We have to be a light, a projector for all the others. Okay, but you have to understand one thing about the Judaism and the
Speak
since
about the simple things.
4,000 years ago, we are the only nation that every year by year we have to fight, and people fight with us. We don't know that, but they fight with us. Why? I give you a small story now. Okay? An Israeli guy is going to Paris. Is after the army at the age of 22. He's seeing a big dog. He's jumping on a small child, and he opened his mouth and he tried to bite her. He's jumping on the dog, and he's fighting for the dog. He have all his scratches, and he take the small child out of his mouth. Then some guy from the journalist come said, "My friend, our a French guy, tell us your name that everybody in French will know who are you and say to you, thank you for you." Then the Israeli guy said, "I'm not from France. I'm not from France." He said, "Okay, you are from Europe. Tell us your name that everybody in Europe will know your name and admire what you do. You save her life." He said, "I'm not from Europe." He said, "I'm from Israel." Then the journalists look at him and said, oh, now everybody in the world will know how an Israeli guy killed a small dog of a small child.
Oh, my Lord.
This
Oh,
is
oh.
the way that they treat the Israelis.
Oh.
They take it upside down, and everything that we make, they bring it in a dark light. Okay? That's all. That's the story.
You know that we can end with that story,
Yeah.
and I mean, there's some guy. This is fantastic, folks, and I hope you got a taste of something. Gail and I came here. I know this has been on Gail's bucket list for some time. I did not know that there was something else going to happen with me. This is Israel. This is Israel. And all I want to say is thank you guys.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for being on Chaplain Chat.